evening, and welcome to the Hatfields and McCoys Radio Hour, presented by Theater West Virginia, bringing our state the finest in outdoor drama since 1961, and the finest in historical radio drama since 2020. Tonight's presentation is being broadcast from right here in the New River Valley, and is sponsored by local general store Morgan's Dry Goods, a staple of the community since 1835. And joining us here in the studio is the proprietor of Morgan's Dry Goods, Mr. John Morgan. Thank you for traveling across the centuries to join us here, John.
Well, I appreciate the invite. But who have you been talking to this whole time?
Why, our audience, of course.
What audience? Where are they?
Well, they're listening to us out in Radio Land.
Out where?
I apologize, Mr. Morgan, but a lot has happened these last 150 or so years. I assure you, though, they're out there listening to us.
Well, maybe I am a bit behind the times, or maybe it's the times that is wrong.
Indeed. I must say, Mr. Morgan, these are some strange times we're living in. You're actually with us in the year 2020.
2020? How'd I get here?
Well, through the magic of theater, of course. In fact, here at Theater West Virginia, we've been telling your story on our stage for 60 years now, in a play called Honey in the Rock.
Hold up now. Theater West Virginia? So President Lincoln finally made us a state after all?
He did indeed. And we've been proudly telling the story of how you and your family helped make that possible, as well as telling other stories of our state's unique and fascinating history, one of which you'll get to hear part of tonight, the Hatfields and McCoys. However, this year has been different. Here in 2020, there's a viral pandemic going on, so we can't put our shows on the stage.
Oh, Lord, I've seen that before. Reminds me of back when the typhoid wiped out most of our region. Of course, we banded together as a community and took care of each other as best we could. So is there anything we can do to help?
Well, have you heard of the internet by chance?
The what?
Let's just call it more magic. I'll show you how it works after the show. But we're using it now to take donations from people far and wide to help keep the arts alive here in Southern West Virginia. At facebook.com/theaterwv, our listeners can make a tax-deductible donation to help Theater West Virginia keep telling these great stories for many more years to come.
Well, what kind of donations are you looking for? 50 cents? 75 cents?
Well, let's just say every little bit helps.
Can I use this internet to send letters too? Because I gotta tell you, you giving me the news that we're about to become a new state has made this the happiest day of my life. And I want to get a letter off to my boy, Dave.
Well, sure, Mr. Morgan. I'll get the show started, and then I'll tell you more about everything that's happened in our state since you were last with us. Thank you so much for joining us, John Morgan, and for everything you and your family have done to make West Virginia possible. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, sit back and enjoy the Hatfields and McCoys.
The Hatfields and the McCoys fought a bloody vendetta that wrote their names on the lips of people the world over. Their story has been told and retold by word of mouth, a people's history book, until the real men and women diffused into myth, and their deeds become tangled in legend. But they did live. They did exist. Welcome to this week's episode, The Tug River Runs Red. For 15 years now, the two families have been at odds, from lingering Civil War grudges to business and legal disputes, and finally, romantic entanglements. The bad blood continued to boil until four of the McCoy brothers, Tolbert, Phamer, Randall Jr., and Jim, ambushed and brutalized Johnse Hatfield as he attempted to reconcile his tumultuous love affair with their sister Roseanne, now great with child by him. As the McCoy boys rained their blows down upon Johnse, Roseanne made a desperate ride over rugged terrain to bring a force of Hatfields a dozen strong, led by Johnse's father, Devil Anse, and his uncles, Jim, Vance, and Ellison, as well as his brother Cap, to his rescue. Incensed by the abuse being wrought upon his eldest son, Devil Anse ordered the McCoy boys to get on their knees and beg for their lives. But even as three of them quietly complied, one held out, Jim McCoy. Always cool-headed and steadfast, Jim took this moment to make a defiant stand against every wrong the Hatfields had brought upon his family, daring Devil Anse and his posse to do their worst. Tension filled the air as McCoy and Hatfield alike stared one another down. Suddenly, a single shotgun blast echoed through the hills of the Tug Valley. And that is where we begin this week's episode.
Well, I'll be darned, Anse. Hate to say it, but I like this boy's nerve, too. Got both barrels right over his head, and he didn't even flinch. Suppose these McCoys ain't so sheep gutted after all.
All right, boys, let's get for home. You can pick them rifles up now.
Real slow now, Tolbert.
Now, Jim, you took one of ours, and we took him back. That ought to even things up. I won't carry no grudge if you won't.
Yeah, reckon we won't.
Then maybe we can go to election next year without picking a fight with one another.
Maybe we can.
Suppose that's up to you, then. We'll be seeing you, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 1882 election festivities now. Please give a warm welcome once again to the Pike County Cloggers.
Come on, boys.
Oh, here now, Tolbert, you done been hogging that jug long enough.
Easy for you to say, Phamer. I ain't had none yet.
That's fine.
Dang it, Phamer! Leave some for me!
Oh, wait, some, Junior.
Finally.
Yeah, I think that'll do you till you get some hair on your chest, Junior.
Boys.
Oh, out of there, preacher.
Shut up, Phamer. Afternoon there, Preacher Anse. Hope we didn't miss too much of the festivities.
If you don't lay off that devil's brew, humans will be missing more. Much more.
Now, don't you worry about that nun, Preacher. We're just hoping to have a little talk with Ellison and Hatfield. You seen him?
You mean that, Ellison Hatfield?
Whoa, way down yonder in the forks of the branch, way down yonder in the forks of the branch, you'll sound wishes on a little pig stands round.
Boys ready?
Hey, ready for what now?
We ain't looking to hurt him, though, are we, Tolbert?
Oh, Junior. Just keep your knives on you just the same, though.
Oh, wait, ain't that a pretty straw hat Ellison Hatfields are wearing?
Well, my old nag thinks so. I feed her one every day for roughage.
Well, I wouldn't be caught dead in a hat like that.
Well, let's hope not there, little Randolph. You's a heap too young to die. Now, y'all looky here at these McCoy boys. Now, you think Ewins can handle your shine by now?
I'm hell on earth!
What?
You heard me, Hatfield. I'm hell on earth.
Tolbert, you ain't nothing but plain old hog slop, in my opinion.
Oh, God.
You cutting me, boy?
Damn right! You'll get more than that, Ellison!
Get him, Tolbert! Hey, don't stay back. This has been too long a time of coming.
Oh, Phamer!
I didn't.
Get him, Phamer!
You boys best know I ain't going down like Bill Staten. See, all us Hatfields got the devil in us. And I got more than any of you done seen. Don't even try it.
Get him, Junior!
Huh? Best take me down, boy. Get off of me, boy! Is that the way you want to fight, Randall Jr.? Sticking a man's knee from behind? You ain't even worth feeling sorry for then.
No, I'm sorry.
This what you wanted, Tolbert? You had a chance to let it be. Weren't that enough for you, Tolbert?
Tolbert.
Come on, Tolbert. Do it.
Phamer?
Now you shut up, Tolbert. Let's get.
Go! Go!
I gotta go tell Daddy that his brother's died.
Dang it! Junior, run, boy!
Oh, wait for me, Tolbert.
Come on!
Tolbert. Now get up!
Don't even think about moving, boys. Drop the knives and put your hands in the air. On your knees now, and stay there.
Constable,
Boy?
is Ellison gonna be okay?
The hell do you think, Randall Jr.? You boys know what's happening here. You know why. Or you think you can stab a man over a dozen times and shoot him in front of a crowd and not answer for what you done. Tie their hands, boys. We're taking them back.
Sounds like we're Rain's a comin', Anse.
Yeah, reckon so, Uncle Jim.
Figuring on a wet spring on into summer.
As long as I get my corn in the ground, I don't care.
Daddy!
Johnse, what you doing here, boy?
I ran here as fast as I could. The McCoys, they just,
Well, out with it now.
I'm sorry, just, Daddy. Ellison got in a fight with them McCoy boys. Tolbert, Phamer, heck, even Randall Jr. All three of them was all over him.
What happened, Johnse? Johnse!
They stabbed him, Daddy. Must have been damn near 20 times, and then Phamer shot him.
Get Cap and the boys, Uncle Jim. You go with him, Johnse.
Daddy.
You heard me, boy. This here's been a long time a-coming. You ought to know by now when you've been pushing things with the McCoys what would happen. Now, something was gonna happen, and go on with Uncle Jim and do what he says.
We Inns need a regular army for this. Johnse?
Be better.
Do it!
We were herded that way. Be better. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Do it!
Be better.
Johnse.
Yes, sir, Uncle Jim.
Then go on now, get!
Easy now. He's bleeding like a stuck hog. One of you women bring me a rag and some water.
We got him. They ain't get far. We'll be taking him on to Pikeville, Reverend.
You best take them boys to hell for this. Ugh.
Lay still, Ellison. Save your strength. Get him to Doc Mahon and quick. To Jim, you see what your brother's done? Now they need to be taken to Pikeville where there's a proper authority.
Go on with them then, preacher. They'll listen to you there.
This ain't no hog trial, Jim. It's beyond me. The Hatfields is liable to come in and take over the prisoners.
They got no legal right to do that.
We're past legal here, Jim. Your brother's just put 20 gashes in a bullet hole in Ellison, and we
Now,
need to
we'll
get to
need a few more of you to guard these prisoners on the way over Pikeville.
And you know, any minute now they're going to be coming in, a fighting and a fighting.
Yeah? Well, we're fighters ourselves.
Let's get going. Come on, move.
Hold on, boys. All that stands with us, Hatfield, step over here.
Now, we ain't agin you, Anse. We represent the law, such as we are.
Well, we won't be needing the law, boys. We're taking over.
Oh, no, you ain't.
How many more legs you got to go around, Jim? Because you make one more move, and you're a dead man.
You oughtn't to do this, brother.
Cousin Anse, there's been several things done here today that oughtn't to have been done. Now, my brother pulls through. We'll turn these boys over to the civil law.
If you don't,
Get them out of here! Go on, boy, get!
Sheriff?
Daddy, wait!
Sheriff Phillips!
Phillips can't do nothing about this, Daddy.
Hell, he can't, Calvin. Come on, Frank.
I heard you, Mr. McCoy. Calvin.
Well, we need your help, Sheriff.
I know. My deputies told me Devil Anse Hatfield and some of them took your boys back across the Tug after that fight with his brother Ellison.
They done took the law into their own hands. Whatever my boys may have done, They ought to have the right to a fair trial in the district where they committed the crime. Justice under the civil law. They deserve that much.
You gotta do something, Frank.
That's so, young Calvin McCoy. You and your daddy come barging in here knowing all about what I should do.
It ain't right what they done, Frank.
It ain't. But I don't do right. I can only do what's legal. And I do what's smart. That's what's kept me alive. Hell, if I fought every darn battle I wanted to, it'd have killed me by now. And if my years as sheriff of Pike County have taught me anything, my authority begins and ends at the east bank of the Tug River. Legally, that's my boundary. And I'm smart enough not to push it. Because once I cross that tug, there ain't no law but Devil Anse Hatfield. I'm sorry, Randall, Calvin, but your sons, your brothers, what they done is on them.
Dang it, you gotta help us, Frank.
You want to help your brothers, Calvin, do you? Because if and so, you best pray for Ellison Hatfield.
Come on, Uncle Ellison. You gotta pull through. Please, Uncle Ellison. I'll be right back, Uncle Ellison. Just please don't die. Roseanne?
How is he?
How you think? Can't believe he's hung on for 3 days after what your brother's done to him.
I'm sorry, Johnse. I'm here now, though. I'm here for you. Please. What can I do?
I don't know. I'm glad you come, though. Just, can you sit with him a while? I gotta get out.
Can you hear me, Ellison? I guess Devil Anse was right. It didn't have to be this way. But it is. Gonna be an eye for an eye again. My brother Jim was right too, though, when he said there ain't gonna be enough eyes to go around. And now it's falling on you. And if you don't make it, then it'll be on my brothers. I'm so sorry, Ellison. I tried. I never wanted this for neither of us. I just want this to be over. What's done is done. I just want it to be done for good. Please, Ellison. Just rest now. It'll all be over soon. I hope. Some lone valley in a far lonesome place where the wild birds do whistle and their notes still increase.
There's nothing that grieves me.
Hold still, Phamer!
Troubles my mind.
Go on down to them pawpaw trees there.
Darling.
Told you it'd be a wet spring, Anse.
We'll stay here all night, Uncle Jim.
I don't like the rain.
Devil Anse!
Somebody's coming. You women stop right there.
I want to see my boys, Devil Anse. Mary Butcher wants to see her husband, Tolbert. What kind of man are you? Ain't they nothing that'll hammer down that wall of hate around your cold, black heart?
Woman! Don't let her not here. His nails being drove in my brother's coffin. You better go on off now. Go.
I'm cold, Aunt Sally. Will you stand up, Mary Butcher? It'll be a long time until dawn.
I hear Randolph and Calvin are raising a posse to bushwhack us.
That's a lie. They went to Pikeville to talk to the law.
Anybody does come, your boys will be the first to die.
I come to ask you to reconsider, Anse. Let these boys go.
No, we can't do that, preacher.
This is taking the law in your own hands, Devil Anse. It's bound to backfire on you.
If my brother pulls through, we'll turn him over.
Remember, cousin, when Cain slew Abel? The Lord said, Cain, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood is crying out from the ground. You'll be a fugitive on the earth, Devil Anse.
And we ain't in the mood for no more you preach on, cousin. Now my will is set.
Then God be with you, boys. And with you, Devil Anse.
If we get down on our knees and beg, will you let us see him? Please. I want to see my boys, Devil Anse.
One minute.
Oh, God, boys. How'd you manage to get yourself into this fix?
Sorry, Mama.
Why? Oh, me and Mary Butcher, we've been praying and praying.
The Lord is my shepherd.
Good to
I
see you.
shall not want.
Oh, God, hear me. These boys been feeding on another
He
word.
leads me to green pastures.
They sinned. And me too.
All
All of us, we must sin.
He leadeth my soul where still waters flow.
But forgive us, God. Lord, send your precious love and kindness.
Though I walk through the darkest valley,
Warm his soul, Jesus. Warm his
of the
soul.
shadow of death.
Don't let his heart harden like the pharaohs of old. Save my boys with your mercy. Save them, Lord. Oh, please save him, Lord. Save Ellison Hatfield, Lord. Please, save my boy.
I will fear no evil.
Ellison's dead. He died about an hour ago.
Oh, no.
What's that mean, Tolbert?
Get him out of here, preacher.
I'm sorry.
Get him out of here now.
You told me we're not going down.
Blessed is he who in the name of charity and good faith shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. But I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and wrathful punishments.
Now I put every man here under a solemn oath to not tell every living soul the name or names of them that's in this party.
But I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance.
You'll be
and wrathful
killed by
punishments.
the rest of us. Now swear it.
I swear.
And you know I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
So help me
Go
God.
on, swear it.
Be better. Until now, you've done defect.
We were herded that way. Black sheep always are.
You're here to support your kid.
I'm here now, though. I'm here for you.
You can stop with your sorries, too.
I'm waiting for you to come and prove me wrong.
I hope you shoot as good as you talk.
Prove me wrong.
Do it!
Oh,
Swear. So help me God.
Jim Vance.
Have hell in your blood, boys.
Mama, I don't want to die.
Chin up, Phamer.
Thank you for joining us for the Act 1 finale of the Hatfields and McCoys radio drama, presented by Theater West Virginia. The script was adapted by Nick Yurick, inspired by the play by Billy Edd Wheeler, with music composed by Ewel Cornett. Sound editing was done by Sam Yurick. Tonight's cast featured Dan Manning as Randolph McCoy and your sponsor, John Morgan. Rocky Cooper as your narrator and the Constable. Andy Woodruff as Devil Anse Hatfield. Lew Whitener as Ellison Hatfield. Brooks Cline as Jim McCoy. Rick Olson, Tolbert McCoy. Drew Nunley as Phamer McCoy. Michael Williams as Randolph McCoy Jr. Preacher Anse Hatfield was played by Dan Hasty. Sharon Chadwick as Levice Hatfield. Austin Seipp as Johnse Hatfield. Ashley Davis as Roseanne McCoy. McKinley Sayre, Calvin McCoy. Ethan Jones as Sheriff Frank Phillips. Tommy Crossan as Cap Hatfield. Wendy Sullivan as Sarah McCoy. Amethyst Alexander as Mary Butcher. And Michael Martin as Jim Vance. This week's episode is dedicated to the memory of John Benjamin, Cyan Maroney, Ewel Cornett, and John Yurick, as well as all other members of the Theater West Virginia family who have passed along the way. It is for you, most of all, that we can continue to keep the arts alive in southern West Virginia. Join us again in 2 weeks for Episode 6. Blessed are they that mourn.